أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعه وله وسلم تسليما كثيرا. We continue with Surah Nisa, Surah number 4, and we are now with Ayat till 130. Was talking about the relationship of husband and wife when they have dispute, and the dispute is from the man's side, means the nushuz is from the man's side. We talked about nushuz from the woman's side, and that last time nushuz from the man's side. And nushuz of the woman different from the nushuz of the man. Nushuz, the word nushuz, I'll repeat again to remind you, is when you have a flat surface and there is a pump coming up. That's called nushuz. When you're driving on the road and then you find those speed pumps, that's called nushuz. Nushuz because it is above the normal level. So you have something leveled and then nushuz comes out. So you have the land, and what happens if you are walking or running and then suddenly you find a stump and you hit the stump? What it can do to you? Can make you fall, can injure your feet, can break your toes, many things, right? And that's what nushuz does. So family life and the relationship supposed to be streamlined, supposed to be normal, supposed to be smooth. Allah Azza wa Jalla said sakan. So if you do not see sakan means tranquility and peace in the marriage, then that means the marriage is not serving the purpose that it is for. So it is doing the opposite, and marriage is not supposed to be doing that. And then it can come from the wife, it can come from the husband. And here Allah Azza wa Jalla is talking differently. Why different? Because all the time this culture, this age and time is teaching everybody equality. You have to be equal. Why you? Why me? Why you? Why me? Not in every culture, by the way, not only in American culture or in Egyptian, they say shmi'na. Why you? Why you do this and I cannot do that? Why you do this, I cannot do that? Right? We go back from the very beginning. Allah Azza wa Jalla created us different, so we have to be different. Our goals are different. Our role in this life different. Restaurant has to open so people can go eat. Okay? What if everybody can cook and they don't want to go to a restaurant? Means what is the point of having a restaurant? Okay? Type. What if every single person, let's say in Houston, something miracle happened, and then they said, you know what? Every single resident of the city of Houston, every single resident of the city of Houston, homeless or not homeless, poor or rich or anything, if you have money, you have money. But we will give you a chance to do business, like a small business or something. If everybody now has a small business, who's going to buy? Right? Who's going to buy? There has to be poor people. That's why Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not tell Abdul Rahman ibn Auf and Uthman ibn Affan, did not tell them, you know what, bring half of your wealth and give it to all these poor Sahaba sitting in the masjid, cannot find the food to eat. They could have done that, by the way. But then what happened in Medina the next day? When everybody has money, they don't need to go to the market, they don't need to work, they don't need. People will have money, but they don't have anything to buy. So actually the money will make everybody has a famine and they will die. Imagine if everybody has gold, every single one has gold. They want to buy something with the gold, right? So why that person will sell if I already have gold? Why do I sell stuff? Make sense to you? So the whole idea is Allah creates someone above, someone down. That's the whole point of this world. If it does not happen, then the whole world will collapse. Somebody sick, somebody has to be healthy. If every single person is healthy, then we'll kill each other. If every person has access to food, then we will all starve. I'm just telling you. If every person is educated the same level, we will all be ignorant. There has to be someone needing someone. وَرَفَعْنَا بَعْضَكُمْ فَوْقَ بَعْضٍ دَرَجَاتٍ. And we raised you above each other intentionally. لِيَتَّخِذَ بَعْضُكُمْ بَعْضًا سُخْرِيًّا. So some of you use the others. They have to be used, they have to be hired. You find, I tell people all the time, when you have a very big billionaire move in close to you, right? And then you wish for their home, Like you go to Lake Woodland or كده, you find a big house in the lake and all of that. Say, oh man, this is the life. I tell you, I'll reframe your mind to tell you that this man is not the luckiest person in the world. You know who's lucky? The one who lives in the house to cook for him. He lives in that palace for free, and he cooks beautiful food he eats every day, and he takes salary. Am I right or wrong? So it's all about perception, right? The nanny who raises the child for that billionaire here, she's living in that palace basically more than anybody else. And she is having a very clean job. And she's practicing being a mother. And maybe her children will join also. And she takes money. And this guy works hard, goes to stock market. He have blood pressure. He have blood clots. He is working and fighting people. And he's doing all of this kind of thing for this team of workers to make his life easy, which is not easy. It is not easy, but everybody from outside looking, I want this. You know, sometimes in his mind, he wants to take a vacation. He pays thousands of dollars for a vacation. He said, oh, lucky man. He pays like $20,000 just to go for a vacation. You know why he's paying $20,000 to go for a vacation? For some peace of mind time that you get for free. You can just drive your car and go to Galveston or something and stay there, couple $100 and come back, right? He has to pay $20,000 to go to some place that nobody is there, and he sits and just... You get the idea, right? So it's all about perception. It's all about perception, subhanallah. Same way of talking. Allah gave the husband responsibility and authority. All right? I always say, when Allah Azza wa Jal talked and said, if you are afraid that your wife will disobey you and make nushuz, you advise her, you desert her in bed, you do this, you do that, right? Why woman does not get the same? If her husband bad to her, she can desert him in bed, or she can slap him in the face or something like that. Why this is not the same? Can you tell me? Logic speaking.
Women's emotions are different?
No, but she's a human being too. See, when you start thinking from the wrong point, you will reach wrong results along the way. So that's why we are at the end of the results and we're saying, why not? But from the very beginning, this partnership of marriage, there has to be one leader, not two. Right? It's either you become the leader or I become the leader. Which one is it? Like if we sit and talk reasonably, okay, you are a woman, I'm a man. Who's going to lead this house? You cannot say both of us lead. Okay, what if both of us differ in opinion? What's gonna happen? Okay, there has to be a leader. Even that leader will make wrong mistakes sometimes. It's not like he's an angel, or even the Prophet ﷺ, you know, if Allah does not give him wahi, sometimes he does not make the best opinion, or not saying wrong here, astaghfirullah, but we're saying that he's a human being. Without the wahi of Allah, he's a human being. So leader is a leader, even if he makes the wrong decision sometime, has to be followed. The concept is to be followed. So now, a man can come and tell a woman, you're the leader. But the problem is, no woman will like that. Right? She wants to be the leader at certain points, and she wants to be the female, pampered one at certain point. A man is not like this. A man, that's my role, and that's what I want. Right? That's it. I want to come food, I want to rest, I will go work, I will work hard to make my family comfortable. This will not change. He's sad sometimes, he's unhappy sometimes, but he will go to work and get it done. Okay? But the woman in emotion, then what happens? Will become an issue. Right? So you see one time up, one time down, but the decision has to be going. The ship has to be sailed. Not every time the leader becomes emotional. Okay, let's stop. Put the anchor. Let's talk now. I'm not happy.
The anchor will drop every few minutes.
Yeah, so what I'm trying to say, like you are in a ship and you are the captain, and somebody intimidated you, or one of the workers that did something wrong. For a man to be the leader, he has to make sure that the ship keeps sailing while I am solving the problem. Right? But a woman will not do that. Everything has to stop until I feel better. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. You are all women here, you know. Tell me if I'm wrong, I'll correct my perception. But I'm talking here about Allah Azza wa Jal, the one who created us. So this is actually the best for you is that somebody take care of you. It's best for you. All right? So that is where we start from. The basic that Allah is the one who created Adam and he created Hawa. Allah is the one who created the male, created the female. الذكر والأنثى وليس الذكر كالأنثى. Allah said man is not like a woman. الذكر ليس كالأنثى. So if we say الذكر كالأنثى, we are saying, Ya Allah, you're wrong. You know what? We're wrong. We figured it out a different way. Allah said male is not like female. They are both human beings. They both have a soul. They both need to pray. They both need to fear Allah. They both will go to Jannah for their amal. They both will be punished if they do kufr. Yeah, that's equality, right? But man has to do jama'ah, woman doesn't. Man has to do for Jum'ah, woman can't. Women don't have to. Man the imam of the salah has to be a man, for women cannot lead men in salah. The man has to be the one giving khutbah. No woman can give khutbah. The man can be Amir al-Mu'minin and Khalifa. Women cannot be Amir al-Khalifa. The man one witness equal to women. You cannot say no, because you started from the right point already. We established already that the way you are made function in a certain way, which does not put you down. It's not down. You just have a different role. You cannot say the door is better than the window. Can you say that? Why? Exactly. But you know, if you say no, door has to be small like the window. The window has to be as big as the door. But nobody's going to enter from the window. The door opens for people to enter and exit. The door has to be reinforced in a certain way. The window have a certain different function. But both of them make the room livable. All right? Both of them make the room livable. Both of them are needed. If you take the window away and only make a door, it's like a prison. Yes? And if you don't make a door, there is no access. What kind of room is this that everybody has to enter and exit from the window? Okay? It is like the pot. You know the pot that you cook rice. There is a big, huge pot, which is everything is cooked in the pot, but you need that small lid on it. Can you say the lid is more important than the pot? But without the lid, food actually can be spoiled, can be burned, can be like, whatever. And lid will not function without the pot. So they both need each other. But nobody can say, I am better than you. Even your role is small, but sometimes it is vital. This camera right here, it is functioning beautifully, amazing. If Sister Sidi takes the mic out, what is the function now? Sound is no good. All right? Okay? Type. Now what if you bring like something small like this, and I just put it on the lens over here? What happens now? What is the point of all this camera? You cannot say the lens is that small, but that's the most vital part of the camera. Well, the lens is clean and everything, but no electricity. No battery, just take the battery. So every piece, you cannot say this piece is more important than other piece. Every one of them, each one of them is important in its own way. That is the point I want to establish always whenever man and woman discussion comes up. When we establish that, then we can reach good results. But we always have the wrong establishment. That's why we keep fighting and arguing, fighting and arguing, fighting and arguing. It doesn't end. It will not end. And in my opinion, it will take 50 years until it changes. Right? And I pray that I am the first one who planted the seed. I don't want to see it, because I'm not going to see it. But I want at least the children or their children to come and understand that one day. Sisters, yesterday somebody sent me like a recording from an Egyptian woman who works in the, the census. The place that they analyze the data, census. Census. We have like an establishment in Egypt that takes the census and give the statistics, give everything. She said Egypt is number 1 in divorce now in the world. Divorce, yes. In 2016, there was 90 cases per day. Divorce. 16, right? End of 2018, it is 270 per day. In 2 years. right? So you can imagine the next years what's going to happen, right? And then it says that the age of the women who are not married is 35 and more now, right? So there is 5 million women who passed the age of the marriage. All right? She said there are 10 million children who are the children of divorced parents. Now, when you see these numbers, how Egypt would look like 25 years from today? Yes. That's what happens, right? So everybody now is getting married with a plan of divorce. Like, yeah, because you will get to the point that you say, you know what, the average time for marriage is 5 to 10 years. So everybody getting married, they say, you know, after 5 years, I'm going to have this list of issues, the court, the nafaqah, the money. Why should I get married? Then you know what is the alternative? No marriage. And then it will increase the other side. And then you will have daughters who are not married. Then the daughters will going to go have boyfriends. And the whole thing will collapse. Why? Because we did not make the establishment right from the beginning. Then we think we are successful, but we are actually destroying our own mate. Yani Allah, the way Allah made us, we are destroying it. You people think that cars will serve us. Yeah, it serves us, but it pollutes the air. Then you will become sick. So what is the point of having a luxury car, but your heart is no good? That's what I was saying. Like you made money from when you are 20 until you are 45. That's your prime. You make so much money for your kids to enjoy, who will leave you when you are 45. They're going to leave you when you have the nice house and the nice car. Plus, your health also will leave you, so you're going to spend that money that you made on your health and medical. So that is what happens. So a wife, instead of fulfilling the role that Allah Azza wa Jalla gave her with comfort and with will, even it's making her feel uncomfortable and all of that, she rebels. She is rebelling, and the time that she spends in rebelling consumes the time that she could enjoy the leadership of that person to take care of her. But when she become older, she realizes, but now she's not young anymore. So what are you going to enjoy now?
And it's too late anyway.
It's too late now. Same thing for a man. He is spending all his time in trouble. And then, when he wants to rest, there is no partner. Why? Because each one is not serving what Allah created them for comfortably and willing. Said, Alhamdulillah, sami'na wa ata'na ya Allah. Okay? Sami'na wa ata'na. Yani, Asma bint Abi Bakr. So now I'm going to talk about the big ones. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. And Asma is the one who was giving the Prophet and her father food when they were hiding in the cave, right? So that same Asma now, the one who gave birth to Abdullah ibn Zubayr, who was the leader of the Muslims, and then he was crucified by a tyrant, and that mother who was blind and she was 100 years old, and she went to the worst tyrant there, and she talked to him and said, you are the worst of tyrants and all that, and he could not do anything to her. That kind of woman, that kind of strong, pious, righteous woman, her husband used to beat her up. Zubayr ibn al-Awwam, he is one of the people giving glad tidings of Jannah. See, sometimes when we say these things to the public, they will not process it right. Okay? They will not process it right. Now, Zubayr and Asma, they are not living in Houston in 2018. So please, for God's sake, please, don't say this is whatever, right? In their life, that was okay. Not okay to abuse. I'm not saying that. The hitting was hitting, right? But her husband was rough. Yet, Rasul said he is one of the people giving glad tidings of Jannah. Why? Because he was beside the Prophet. He is the one of the protectors of the deen. He did anything, and he has a flaw at home. It's not gonna destroy him as a man. He's not gonna do that. And he was known for being a big, huge fighter. A general in the army. So you cannot say, "Oh, you are not good to your wife. X on you. Go away." Okay, that's his flaw. His mistake is this. He's a very jealous man, and his wife goes here or goes there. Why didn't you do it? Why did you not listen? Boom, boom, like this. All right. Now, if you say, "No, this is bad husband," You will not listen. If you bring any one of the women's rights or whatever, they will not even listen to what good he did. All right? You slapped your wife, خلاص, you are a bad man. You are demolished. You will put it to you in Houston Chronicle. Sue his, all of that. But that's not, they are there. If somebody does this now, I will be against him. You understand? I will not approve it. So I want you to understand me in that context. They are at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, part of their culture, the way they raised, the woman when she is raised, she's seeing her father, she's seeing her mother, she's seeing her brothers. When she's married, she knows her expectation, she knows what happens if she does wrong. There's a system. All right? So you cannot take one thing out of context and say, this is bad. All right? It is bad, but in their measurement was not as bad as you think now. Okay? It's not. I myself here with my eyes, because I ask my mom to verify. From our neighbors here, our neighbors in the village there, if you have like 20 people, 7, 8 of them, you will hear their scream at the house. Every week. One husband is like doing something. Wallahi al-azim, I swear by Allah. I never saw one of those wives crying in the street. She goes in the morning and she's smiling and laughing and buying the stuff and all of that. I'm not saying she's good. I'm not saying she's doing good. I'm not saying that. But who am I to judge? If they don't complain to me, the husband is not complaining, she's not complaining. Okay, she decided to live that life because she weighs the benefits and she weighs that thing. I'm not saying it's good. If I have a chance to that husband, I'll bring him home and I will give him a beating. Why you do this to your wife, ya akhi? Haram. But now if I come and said, who told you this? Why you are interfering in my business, akhi? Then what should I do now? I tell him I'm hearing, he said, oh, you are spying on me? Who told you this? And his wife will come and say, no, he's good. So what should I do now? Okay? So in that life, so Zubair ibn al-Awwam, he had 2 wives, Asma and another one. And sometimes they disobey him. He will bring them and he will tie their hair together. And he will, because he told them 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, but they are women, no patience. And then she will go running to her father crying. Right? Her father will calm her down, give her something, rest and all that. Then tell her, go back to your home. But he said, ارجعي يا بنيتي, go back. فإن الزبير رجل صالح. He is a very pious person. So he did not take the piety away from him because of his harsh manners or rude. Physical, huh? So what I'm trying to say, I'm not justifying. Again, not everybody is Asma and not everybody is Zubair. Okay, I give you the example, but someone come and beat his wife and told her Zubair was doing it. Are you Zubair ibn al-Awwam? MashaAllah. If somebody comes and says Abu Bakr did this, I said, Wallahi, if you are one of the toenails of Abu Bakr, then I'll tell you okay. But you are not even like that. I am not equal to 1 hair in Abu Bakr's chest, I'm not equal to his toenail. Toenail of Abu Bakr worth thousands of people. So who are you to tell me Abu Bakr did this, so I'm going to do it? Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Abu Bakr can do whatever he likes. Nobody can criticize him and nobody should talk to him like that. You see the level here? When Umar ibn al-Khattab come and complain about Abu Bakr 1 time. And he comes, he was afraid that Abu Bakr goes to tell Rasulullah first. So he ran into Rasulullah, but he found Abu Bakr sitting there already. So he said, now Abu Bakr complained. Then he comes and he sits and said, I'm sorry, Ya Rasulullah, that I hurt Abu Bakr. Rasulullah became mad at him. He said, everybody negotiated except Abu Bakr surrendered. Everybody, I tell them Islam, they want to hear more. But when I told Abu Bakr, he said, yes, I'm following. Everybody was miser, and Abu Bakr gave me his money. He gave a qualification. Leave my friend alone. Leave my sahib alone. Nobody touches him. So Abu Bakr felt very bad for Umar, He said, Ya Rasulullah, Wallah, I am the one who was wrong. it's his right. So Rasulullah said, doesn't matter. He said, stop. I'm just telling you who are these people. So when you are following them, follow them with care, But do not copy negative stuff. All right, so all what I said now is I'm telling you that this is the time and this is the time. But when we have the right establishment from the beginning, problems can be solved. I'm not saying there will be no problems. Actually, there will be problems. A relationship between men and women is full of problems, challenges. But how you do it, we go back again to the, you're the leader, I am the follower. You're the follower, I am the leader. This is establishment. But if this becomes the reason of conflict, then marriage will not go. Sorry. But this is not right. That's why people enter marriage with one expectation, marriage will never work. Meaning what? If someone marries someone for money, right? It's not going to work because everything is based on money. If you don't get the money the way you like, or you're not able to spend it the way you like, or you don't have access to what you want, then it's not going to work, right? Because it was based on money. You're not seeing anything. If marriage is based on love only, also it's not going to work. You see? I'm challenging with that one. Because love is what? An emotion. What is a feeling. So only the times you're feeling good, you want the marriage to continue and become like that. But when you feel challenged or there is a distance, you don't want that marriage. You see? So once you define marriage through one thing, it's not going to work. You have to define marriage that it is my entrance door to be a good servant of Allah. Okay? That's why I say if marriage does not serve that, then you get the exit door. You know what is the exit door? Talaq. To get also servant of Allah. One person one time came to Muhammad ibn Ja'far, one of the offsprings of the Prophet ﷺ, and he told him, I'm faqir, I am poor. He told him, get married. He said, I'm telling you I'm poor. He said, yeah, I know, I heard you. Get married. And then he went and got married. And then after a while he come and said, did not go well. He said, divorce. Right? I'm still poorer than before. He said, divorce. He divorced. And then he became good. So people asked him, he said, why? He told you I'm poor, told him get married. And I am poor, told him get divorced. What does that mean, So he said, when he came and complained from poverty, I read the ayah of Allah Azza wa Jal that says, إن يكونوا فقراء يغنيهم الله من فضله. Yani Allah said, marry the poor people from your daughters. If a poor man comes, marry him. If he's good and pious, Allah will give them from his, rizq. So I prayed that Allah make him rich because of the marriage, so he become among the people of this ayah. But this ayah didn't work for him. So I told him divorce. He said, why? He said, because Allah said in Surah Nisa, وَإِنْ يَتَفَرَّقَا يُغْنِ اللَّهُ كُلًّا مِنْ سَعَتِهِ. When they leave each other, maybe Allah Azza wa Jal make a better life for them. So the man is not happy. Maybe Allah give him another woman, make him happy. And the woman is not happy. Maybe Allah give her another man who fulfill her needs. Khalas. And why we look for ownership? Nobody owns anybody. Nobody does. That's why I'm telling you, when you start from the establishment of right, that the man is authority, you like it, you don't like it, that's beside the point here. The ship is sailing. You like the captain, you don't like the captain, you are in the middle of the ocean now. What do you want? You want to jump? Bismillah, jump. Go ahead. You want another ship? We'll wait for another ship. We'll call another ship for you, jump in it. But don't disturb me, let me lead. Alright? Let me lead and sail. But you stopping me? No, you're not going to stop me. Alright? And the man also does not abuse the authority. Alright? The people there, they need their meals, they need their shelter, they need to be taken care of. If someone's sick, you have to do, and you have to take care of your ship, you have to maintain it, you have to make sure there are no leaks, there are lots of responsibility. But you as a person riding, you don't worry about all of this. You go buy a ticket, aeroplane ticket. What is your main concern? I want my seat, I want my meal, I want my TV, I want to arrive on time. Yes? I don't want any problems. But what is the captain thinking? You tell me. But he's thinking about the number of the people behind. You are thinking only about yourself. Yes? But what is he thinking?
200 passengers.
Yeah. He's not happy. Oh, I'm driving the biggest 787 Dreamliner or whatever. Oh, I am the captain, the top of the world. Actually, his responsibility is worse. The tiniest mistake will be 10 times worse. Yes? Yeah, he's number one captain. But if his mistake, he will become the worst person and the most accountable too. But passengers don't see that. I'm able to do first class. I'm able to do business class. يعني when a crash happens, it will pick and choose. It's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm just telling you, like you're buying your comfort. But the captain now, you are a passenger. He has how many lives, right? So he is alert. He's everything, like he's locked and everything. He's not, you are seeing him, captain, the captain, whatever. But he's like, what I'm going to do if one person gets a heart attack, do you think you are worried about them like the captain? You think so? No. What if that person who have a heart attack in the airplane, not your relative, a stranger, common, normal person, and he dies in the airplane? How would you feel? Bad, right? But do you feel as bad as the captain? You get the idea, right? I'm just telling you the whole idea. Allah gave the man responsibility, but this is not a responsibility of honor. This is the responsibility of accountability. Yani he will stand in front of Allah Yawm al-Qiyamah, he will ask him, what did you do? Why you let her do this? Why this? Why that? Ya Allah, she was stubborn. Ya Allah, she was rebellious. Why did not divorce her? You see? So sometimes it's going to be like that bad, That's the struggle. That's the struggle of a leader, Should I let go? Should I let go? What if Allah count me? What should I do? And all of that is miserable. So if everyone knows their level, knows their right, knows their duties, knows their line, and start from the base, subhanallah, we do good. I'm not saying that we will not feel good, we will not feel bad. No, we actually, sometimes you feel bad by doing the right decision. Wrong decisions feel good sometimes. If somebody tell you something bad, you go back at them, it makes you feel good, but it's a bad thing. Right? It's a bad thing. Like somebody does something bad, you do worse. It makes you feel good in the moment. In the moment, right? Because you retaliated. It makes you fulfill, They make me look bad, I'm going to make them look bad and embarrassed as well. But then what at the end? Regret. And you destroyed the structure. Two wrongs don't make one right. Okay? So, and we can talk forever about this, but I want to get to the main point. That why Allah said when a woman has nushuz, those are the steps, and when a man has nushuz, different steps. Because one is a leader, one is a follower. Right? Now, how you treat a rebellious person, first you know what they rebelled against. Yani, when a woman does nushuz, she's rebelling. Did you see any rebellion with no authority? Somebody rebel has to be rebelling against authority. Yes? But why the woman can do the same to the man? The man is not rebelling against her. Like you say, okay, when the man has nushuz, I should also advise him to stop, or I'm going to desert him in bed, or I'm going to beat him. Because Allah said the man can do those three things, one in order, and we explained it in full. Why I cannot do the same when he does the same? Right? Because we established that one is authority and one is not. And when you do these things, it's coming out from rebelling. You are rebelling against an authority figure. But the man, whenever he treats you, he's not treating you based on rebelling against you as an authority figure. He's actually doing whatever he's doing because you're rebelling against him as an authority figure. So it cannot be the same. Yani when a man is mistreating his wife, either he's sick, like he's psychologically sick, he's mental, she should leave him at once, right? This is, but or he feels that he's challenged. He's right or wrong, that's beside the point. I'm not saying that you are challenging, but that's how it is interpreted. See, I'm talking to you now. Unless you tell me, Sheikh, you offended me, right? I'll keep talking. But when you say you offended me, I tell you that's not what I meant, right? So what did you mean? I meant such and such and such and such. You see? But if I did not say what I meant and he did not complain, then what? You see, you cannot deal with me based on how you understood things unless you say. But when you speak, and then I said, you know what, you said such and such and such, and you mean such and such. No. Everybody will deny. So that's why you need to stop. Do you mean this? That's how I heard it. Do you mean that? No, I don't mean that. Believe it. Even if they meant and they changed, alhamdulillah they changed, right? Even if they meant bad, and now when you wake up and you reminded them, they kind of changed their things. Even they're lying, let it slide, right? Let it. It's okay. It's better to say I was not wrong. I did not mean wrong. It's better than to prove that they were saying wrong. Okay, all right, my intention is bad. Then what are you going to do now? Right? I told you something, and you said, Sheikh, you said this, and this was very offending to me. Oh, that's not what I meant. No, that's what you meant. That's what you meant. And because of this, and it's not the first time, and every time you do this, and every time, okay, I meant it. What now? Apologize. All right, I'm sorry. I'll never talk to you again. Khalas, if you are that kind of person who wants me to point my issue and I apologize to you, then I'd rather stay away. Because this is not the relationship I want. You understand? That's why they said إثبات الحجة على الوالدين عقوق. Sheikh Salah was saying it like, when you are proving your parents are wrong, this is disobedience to your parents. Hujjah means argument. My father is discussing with me. I'm not talking about shirk or deen. Deen is deen, right? You have the proof that I disobeyed. Khalas, this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about the affairs of the dunya, right? That your driving is a little bit shaky. You say, no, my driving is good. Okay, your driving is good. You understand? Yeah. No, you're bad. You remember when we broke the light? You remember when you took the wrong turn? You remember you're about to kill somebody? Okay. All right, son. I'm wrong. I'm a very bad driver.
So now you're just conceding.
So no, he admitted his mistake because I proved him wrong. Yeah, I made a statement, he denied it, right? Now I'm going to prove that, no, you're wrong. And this is my dad, and this is my mom, or this is your husband, or somebody who's above you. You have to admit that somebody has to be above you first. Then when you talk to them, you cannot talk to somebody equal. You cannot talk to somebody below. You cannot talk to your husband as your child. You cannot talk to your husband as your brother. You cannot talk to your husband as someone in the street. It's two different entities. This is someone whom Allah assigned to take care of you. So you have to be careful how you reply, whether you like it or not. But that's the case, okay? So if I prove my father wrong, all right now. If every time my father comes, I prove him wrong, then what is the point now? What kind of son am I? So sometimes you need to lose that. If the wife lost interest in her husband, Allah and His Rasul say you can leave that marriage. You cannot sit against your will. But for a man, Allah Azza wa Jalla said, فَإِن كَرِهْتُمُوهُنْ. Even you dislike, even you reach the stage of kurh. Kurh means opposite to love, means hatred. Meaning even if you hate them, Allah said, keep them because maybe you dislike someone and lots of good will come out of them. You see the right here? A woman, if she loses interest, Allah telling her, go find another person and leave that marriage. And the woman came to the Prophet ﷺ and said, I don't like him. He said, give him back his thing and walk away. And she married someone else who pleased her. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. No problem. But every time a person comes and said, I want to divorce my wife, said no. You see the point here? So this is what authority means. You care more. You care more. So every time you look to something you think that the woman is less than the man, actually you will find that she's more. And I can analyze it for you step by step. Okay? So in marriage, Allah says a woman who hates a man should not stay in that marriage. You shouldn't. It's up to you. If you want to sit, it has to be your will. But telling the man, even if you dislike, keep her because of the children, because of this, because of that. Maybe she is good in other aspects. Try to look for the good aspects, subhanallah. That's why many times women come and say, why he doesn't want to divorce me? Why he's not divorcing me? He wants just to keep me as a slave. He wants to. It's not that. You don't know your own good. You don't know your own good, especially if you have children and all of this. Who's going to look at you? Who's going to take you? Who's going to do this? And everyone says, no, I can this, I can that. All right, yalla. Always struggling, always defending, always challenging, always proving you are stronger. Khalas. Look at the society around you in the last 50 years and see this attitude, where did it take women over here? You are women now. Tell me, can we say that the women at this stage happier than the women who were 100 years ago? Are the women now, can we say they are happier? Can they say they are more successful? Think يعني, reasonably first. I don't, because the only way is that to have to compare apples with apples, right? They were happy in their way and miserable in their way. You are happy your way and miserable your way. You see, we established that already. But in general, what the woman would do now is more than what they used to do, or less? It's more, a lot more. So you actually went and put more on your plate that you can handle. You bite more than you can chew. Yeah? So that's why the Islam is telling you this is your role. I was talking to my daughter like 2 days ago, alone we were here, and she was telling me why the man does this and the woman does that. I said, this is the way the kids raised here. That's the way everybody says, why this, why that, why I cannot do that. And then I spoke to her, like different aspects. Because younger, you have to talk to them about that. I said, let me ask you a question. Would you consider staying home, taking care of your husband, and having children and raising the children better, or having a job outside and work and come back to home at the end of the day better? Think about your answer before you answer. And she didn't answer. Right? Because she is smart enough to know where I'm going with it. She is. And I train my children for this argument. Always think 3-4 steps ahead. Don't answer irrationally, because I'm going to get you. I tell them, like, every time you are going to answer irrationally with your emotions, I'm going to get you. Okay? And I train them for that. That's why I've become very smart, right? They think 3-4 steps, like chess, right? If you're going to make that move, I'm going to get you from that corner. If you make that move, so you better be smart. So she was quiet. I told her, why? She said, we cannot say which one is better and which one is wrong. Why? Because she said, this has its privileges and this has privileges. So I said, so working outside is good and working at home is also good. Yes? She said, yes. I said, that means someone had to do this and somebody had to do that. Yes? I told her, okay, who's more qualified to do the things at home? We're not talking rights and duties now. We're just talking reason. Who's more qualified to do the stuff at home? Like take care of taking care of the family and raising the children and having more patience to do that. Do you think I would be doing this with you? Like, do you think like me staying at home all the time, cooking for you and all that? I know you'll love my cooking and everything, but do you think that I would do a better job, or your mom would do a better job? Said, mom would do a better job. I said, now, how do you feel when you see me all the time like doing this, and your mom is the one working outside? She said, there's something wrong with it. And this is somebody born and raised in America, right? There's something wrong. I said, that's how every single mom goes through. Talk to the children, I'm raised by a single mom and the single mom and the single mom, and they created this culture of things. What is the word single mom means? She's a mom. Why you have to put the word single before? Have you thought about this? Why? Go ahead, think.
Because she's not unwed.
So what does that mean, to put it before the word mom?
Raising the children by herself.
Why so? Isn't that what she's fighting that she can do? No, single mom is for sympathy. It's to prove the man wrong. The word single mom. So why identify single mom or married mom? This is a mom. The word is saying, I am without a man and I'm raising my children. So make the man feel guilty, make the man who was abusive, make the man who was wrong, establishing a culture of revenge. Right? Single mom is a mom. You're a mom, raise your children. You need a man, you should submit. End of story. So why you are making a big deal? You're a mom. Why are you saying single mom? You want to stay single or you want to get married? If you say I'm a single mom and I need to get married, I understand now. All right? I'm a single mom, that means I need a man. Or are you saying I'm a single mom means a man mistreated me and left me alone? So what are you trying to deliver here? What is the message you're trying to deliver?
Negative.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Single mom, single mom, single mom. You are a single mom. Even in Egypt now they're talking to a single mom. Should be empowered. Empowered for what? Empowered for what? If you had a bad man, go find a better man. There is lots of good people out there, right? Why you have to punish the gender of the men for a wrong experience, a bad experience? Why a man has to hate women for a bad experience? And we came to that culture, Okay, woman married 1, 2, 3, 4 times and didn't work. Maybe the 5th will be good. Alhamdulillah. Man is like, oh, this man marries and divorces all the time. Be careful. He's a womanizer. Why? What's the problem, And that's why I'm saying something scary. I know it's going to scare you a little bit. But I'm putting it in my research, like saying that, divorce is going to increase. It's not going to decrease. And it's going to get to the point that it becomes like an epidemic. Before it does 360. Like we were in the point that man is above, the woman is below, the man is in the front, the woman is behind. Yes, she is not happy, she's this and that, but the ship was sailing, right? She's surrendering, she's submitting. Some men abuse, some men don't, whatever it is. But that was the model, right? Then the woman went to 180, the opposite, right? I will do whatever I want. If I don't like it, I'm gonna rebel. I'm gonna put you in your place, blah, 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 blah. So this is 180 now, right? Opposite. That's where we are at now, right? So now the curve is going like this. Down. Divorce, 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 divorce. Single mom, single mom, single mom. Children, boyfriend, girlfriend. The whole culture is messed up, right? Until we reach the point that people will say, what? I have 3 daughters, 4 daughters, 5 daughters. These people will come and say, what do we do now? Sheikh, you have a son. There are 7 daughters over here, 7 girls over here. Let him pick one. But my son doesn't want to. Said, you know what? Because, Dad, what you did with mom is going to happen the same. I don't want it. Right? I don't want that. And I don't want a woman to come and tell me what to do, when to do this and that and challenge and all that. I'm good like this. You see? You get the point? And then the girl is getting older and older, and I need a man. I cannot do haram. I cannot have a boyfriend. So what are you going to do? Go crazy, yani? She's a human being too. She has physical needs too. I'm sorry, but let's bluntly speak here, She's a human being. Oh, a man is the only one who have lust, but women also have. Right? Allah told them to lower their gaze, like He told them to lower their gaze. But how long they can do this? All right? So it will come to 360. People will come one day and they say, you know what? Please come marry my daughter. But I'm married. That's all right. Wallah, I'm going to tell you right now, maybe we live until we see it, maybe not. But there will be a time. Someone will come and say, Sheikh, if you are interested, I have a daughter, 25, 70, I've been 30 years old, 32 years old. But I am married, ya akhi. He said, yeah, Sheikh, you can have 4. Wallah, I have another friend also, you can marry his daughter too.
It's happening now.
I'm just telling you, that lady, the statistics in Egypt, she was saying, I beg you, all men who can afford, please marry more. Marry more, you do not know. Yes, we look stubborn, we look like this, but do it anyways. She's saying. Now, this generation is not going to do it. I'm just telling you. So you guys safe. You are safe. So don't worry. It needs a whole generation to be raised. You know that boy, Harun?
Yeah.
That is the generation.
Yeah.
When they grow up, is going to have that. Not us. You see? But we have to be ready for that. We already kind of lost. Everybody is shamed for the right thing they do. Everybody is like judged. Everybody is like this. We assume bad about each other. All of us, men and women, So our generation is I hope it is the last of those generations. But a generation should come as a true Muslim. They take it as a package. Me as a father, I find it hard even to think that I would marry my daughter to somebody who's already married. It's processing it is like still having issues in my head. What if somebody comes and he's good and all that, but he wants my daughter as second? What should they do? And then I'm processing it in my head. What if she agrees? You see the different scenarios? Am I ready? I don't think I am. So I'm confessing to you, and you're not, like, we are all in this together. Yes. I'm saying, but we are not that generation. That generation has to be raised from young age. Loving Allah, loving the deen of Allah, loving the book of Allah, loving the house of Allah, knowing that what Allah says is the best for us. We like it or we don't like it. You feel about it is the truth, is the fairness, is the justice. Never say the word unfair when the rule of Allah is presented to you. Never do. Just try to understand, but never do. Because it will prove fair and you will regret the seconds, not the minutes, the seconds you spend doubting. You regret it. And it might be your death will come faster than the time of regretting. And this is a problem. Your death come faster. You know, an accident can finish you, and you did not have time. You die while you are doubting Allah's rule. Yeah. Then what? I did not plan to spend that much time in this, but this is a topic I'm very passionate about. It is very, very important. Man is not like a woman. The rule for the man is not like rule for a woman. That's why when a woman sees her husband trying to move away from her, she should be alerted. And she should think how to make up this thing, because she is the one supposed to hold this family together. She's supposed, whatever it takes, forget about your ego, forget about your identity, forget about everything, and be the good, passionate, loving one who wants the family to stay. You see? And the man is the decision maker. Being the captain of the airplane or the ship, sometimes you take decisions that nobody can negotiate with you. But you know it's for your own good at the end. He will make an emergency landing sometime, but he will save all the lives. If he goes 1 minute more, the plane can crash. Right? But everybody is not happy that they did not reach their destination. Yeah. They will sue the company. Yeah? But I saved your life. You can sue me, no problem, but I saved your life. So wives should think like that. That's why Allah Azza wa Jalla said they should make sulh. She can give up some of her rights. Tell him, you know what? You, as a husband, more important to me than anything else. Man thinks like that, reasonably. When someone comes to them from the bottom, from down, you know, the woman comes from down, you are above, you are my leader, you are my sir, you are my husband, without you this, he will come down. Now, try to climb up, he's gonna, on your head. Even if he smiles, doesn't matter. If he does not do it directly, he's gonna do it outside. He will stay away from you every chance he gets. Right? And that's putting you down, actually, because it's the worst thing for a woman, right? If her husband stays away. So if she sees the signs, she should fix it. Fix it at once. Otherwise, we'll get beyond repair. So this is why Allah Azza wa Jalla said nushuz, men, is different from nushuz of the woman. But we understand, you know, this equality thing. I want you to remember this session very good. Because once we make a wrong foundation, we will reach the wrong results all the time. So you are standing on the 10th floor and saying, why this is crooked? Why it is not like the other one? Well, go to the 9th floor, you'll find this, and you'll find in the first floor, in the foundation, there was a tiny mistake. You know, tiny mistake? But the 10th floor came like this. You understand, right? So that's why you are facing the Qibla. Sometimes people say, you know, like, Sheikh, it's not like this, it is like this. I laugh at them. I said, you know, within this, you're okay. And the corner here, if you go like this, okay. He said, why? He said, if you go like 1 millimeter, it's going to be like 100 miles by the time you reach Mecca. Sah? Yeah. So if I go with this pen like this here, and I keep going, it's going to go outside on, you know, the woodlands. The more I go straight with this crookedness, so it is like 10 degrees here, it is going to become like far away, right? But if I go straight like this, it reaches here straight, it keeps going straight. But every time I swerve, it will go worse. So when we establish the wrong foundation, even tiny like this, after 10 years, 20 years, you already reached a bad turn. You made a bad turn. So that's why it's very, very important for the man and the woman, each to know their right, each to know their responsibility, each to know their limitations. There are always limitations. You will be very, very wrong to think that there is a relationship with no limitation. There is none. There is none. None. You have your own things. You are entitled to your own privacy. There is limitations. There are things you cannot say to each other. So otherwise, why are people mad? If they say, I can say anything. I thought in the marriage I can say anything. So why you get mad if I say anything? If I say anything to you. Oh, you don't look beautiful today. Can I say that to my wife?
Not nice.
Why? But I can say anything. Exactly, see? I cannot say anything. Then, she should expect also that she cannot tell me anything. Yes? So the thing is better to be hidden. So that's why even lying is allowed, right? But if I don't want to say, don't tell me why you are not saying. I'm just telling you how tiny little things leads to bigger thing.
It all starts small shit.
Yeah, you are all here, mashallah, and married. Let me ask you one question and answer me openly and straightforward. Are there any things that you don't want your husband to see you doing?
A lot.
Thank you. Only chance is trust. That is the establishment from the beginning. Trust. Like you have to trust your husband at job, he has to trust you are also by yourself at home. It goes both ways. Yes? Yeah, who enters the house in my absence? I don't know. Do I put cameras everywhere? Yeah, go ahead. But why do I? I put cameras, then I have more questions. You came in front of the camera and you ducked. That means you did something. Oh, well, I was picking my son. How do I know that? So next time, say, I am picking my son. I am picking some trash. Come on now. Those who put surveillance on the others, it raises another set of doubts. Trust Allah, trust the deen, trust your partner, trust them. Even if you have some doubts, say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. We all make mistakes, but unless something is really big and clear in front of you, don't act upon it. Even when there is something big and clear, you have the option either to forgive or to make a vital decision, but don't make each other feel guilty and punish each other. Relationships supposed to be based on peace and comfort.
No shade.